In this week's episode, we're going to help you figure out how much you need to save if you need $10,000 per month in retirement. Let's get started. Hey there, this is Patrick King with Prana Wealth. On this channel, we help you build your wealth faster so that you can make work optional sooner. So if you're new here, please consider subscribing. And don't forget to sign up for our email newsletter at pranawealth.com/newsletter. Many retirees who have mortgages or live in a big city find that they may need $10,000 per month just for retirement living expenses. Indeed, $10K per month is a good starting point for annual retirement living expenses based upon my experience working with Atlanta professionals. The big city isn't always cheap, right? With that in mind, how much do you need to save to support those kind of living expenses in retirement? First, let's start with our assumptions. In any hypothetical situation like the ones we'll discuss, the quality of our results depend upon our inputs. Garbage in, garbage out, right? For today's example, we're taking a simple back-of-the-envelope style approach. The point here is to give you just an idea of what you may need to save. Our first assumption is that retirement begins at age 62. This is the earliest age that any of us can apply for Social Security retirement benefits. We'll also assume that inflation is 3% and our expected portfolio returns are 7%. Given current market valuations and inflation data, you may or may not agree with those assumptions. Please feel free to let me know what you think would be good inflation and portfolio return assumptions over the next 10 years in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. Speaking of Social Security benefits, we'll need to make some quick assumptions for them as well. Since we're trying to support $10,000 per month in retirement living expenses, we can reasonably guess that both spouses have high incomes in the following examples. Therefore, we'll assume age 62 retirement benefits of $2,000 per month for each spouse. Finally, for portfolio income, we'll use the venerable 4% rule to determine what we can sustainably withdraw from a retirement portfolio. While the 4% rule has its critics and limitations, it's perfect for our back-of-the-envelope calculations. What if you wanted to retire today at age 62? It's helpful to calculate what you'll need to support $10,000 per month in living expenses today. There's no future growth or portfolio additions to factor in here, so it becomes a simpler calculation and a great starting benchmark. To find out what our hypothetical couple would need to withdraw from their portfolio, we'll first subtract their Social Security benefits from their total living expenses. Deducting $4,000 per month from the total of $10,000 leaves us with $6,000 per month needed from our retirees' investments. That's $72,000 per year. Using the 4% rule, we divide $72,000 by 4% to arrive at a total portfolio need of $1.8 million. If our retirees in this case have $1.8 million saved, they're good to go. If not, they'll want to consider either delaying retirement or reducing their living expenses. Indeed, having done this for clients for many years, somewhere around the $2 million mark is what you'll need in order to support $10,000 per month in living expenses. Okay, now the good stuff. What about retirement in 5 years? Instead of age 62, let's now assume our soon-to-be retirees are 57. That still gives their investments time to grow as well as time to continue socking away more retirement funds. How much ground can they make up in 5 years? We'll make the same exact calculations as we did in the last example, but we'll want to factor in growth and savings as well. Let's not forget the effects of inflation. In 5 years, $10,000 will not buy you nearly as much as it does today. In 5 years, the $72,000 we'll need from the portfolio grows to $83,468. To simplify things, we'll assume that Social Security benefits will be the same. Of course, Social Security benefits do increase annually with a cost of living adjustment, or a COLA, C-O-L-A, to help with inflation. We'll keep things simple in this example, however. Using the 4% rule, we find that our couple will now need $2,087,000 in 5 years. Again, we find ourselves around that $2 million number. Let's now assume that our couple has $1 million already saved for retirement. Hey, they've done a great job so far to get to that point. Assuming they see 7% annual growth on their investments, they can expect their retirement portfolio to grow to $1,403,000 in 5 years. However, that still leaves a difference of $684,000 that our couple will need to accumulate over the next 5 years to support $10,000 per month in retirement expenses. Again, assuming 7% annual returns, they'll have to save $9,600 per month in order to hit their goal. That's over $115,000 per year in savings. Obviously, this level of savings isn't possible for most people. If that's the case, it's a better idea to start thinking about delaying retirement or cutting back on the expenses. What about retirement in 10 years? Let's assume our couple is 52 instead of 57. If all else is equal, how would that affect their result? Inflation pushes the annual portfolio withdrawals from $72,000 today to $96,762 in 10 years. That 3% compounds awfully quickly, doesn't it? Using the 4% rule, our couple will now need a portfolio of $2,419,000 at retirement in 10 years. Assuming again that they have $1 million saved that will grow at 7%, their investments will then grow to $1,967,000 between now and retirement. However, we still have a difference of $452,000 between what they have and what they'll need. To make up for this shortfall, our couple will now have to put away approximately $2,600 per month in retirement savings. That's $31,200 per year. A large number by any means, but not completely out of the question for a 2-income household. Will you need $10,000 per month in retirement? Of course, every case is unique. There's also much more nuance we could add to our assumptions for investment returns, inflation, and a sustainable withdrawal rate. However, these numbers give us a good idea of what's required to support $10,000 per month in retirement living expenses. Because of inflation, the amount needed for retirement is greater than most people initially expect. This is the nefarious aspect of inflation. It demands that, over the years, our investments will need to work hard on our behalf to fund a successful retirement. Determining exactly how much you need to save can be a difficult calculation. If you'd like help building a retirement savings plan, then visit us at pranawealth.com to see if we're a good fit. We do still have the capacity to take on new clients. As a fee-only financial advisor in Atlanta, we can and do work virtually with clients all across the U.S. We're here to help you whenever you're ready. Hey, if you found this video helpful, please help me grow my channel by liking this video and subscribing to my channel. And don't forget to sign up for our email newsletter at pranawealth.com/newsletter. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you soon.